Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wilds coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I'm on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:45 a.m. just to give you something positive to start off the day, some little motivational thing to get you going for that day. I always tie it to a story from the Bible or so. Michael McKinnon, good morning, good morning. So yes, that's my goal. Just to come with something positive. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning, Jillian. Well, man, it's beautiful weather here. Now is the time you need to be living in Houston, Texas, man. It's beautiful weather, Michael. How you doing, man? I hope you guys fare well from the hurricane. I was supposed to check in to make sure all went well with you guys from that hurricane. But yes, we got in some beautiful weather here now. This is the time you need to live in Houston. The fall, nice and cool, not as humid as it's normally would be throughout the year, so you could really enjoy the outdoors. Mr. Littleton Wilds, big bro, how are you doing this morning, man? How are you doing this morning? Thanks for catching me live. Yes, so we have in this nice weather here. But today, man, let me get you this. I just got a little motivational piece here this morning. I want to talk about is using your God-given abilities, right? Using your God-given abilities, right? I want to talk about this morning. I'm going to use a famous story from the Bible a lot of us know. We can take a deeper dive. How we can take away from this and apply it to our everyday life. Some other takeaways from this story that we all know and how we can apply it to our lives. When I was, a little boy and used to have those crusades, those will come around the crusades. One thing I used to like to go to the crusades for is when those pastors or whoever, ministers or whoever, doing the main speaking at the crusades, and they could use these scriptures and show you how to apply it to your life today. Because lots of time you read it in the Bible, but how do I apply it to my life today? How would this apply to my life? How could I use this in my everyday living? And that's why I try to do, because I enjoy it so much, and it make the Bible make more sense. As a little boy, I was always captivated of that. That just come back to my mind. But anyhow, so that's what I'm gonna do in here today. We can use this well-known story and see what takeaways we can get and use it in our everyday life, right? It's from Matthew 25. This story can be found in two places in the Bible. Matthew 25, 14 through 30, and also in Luke 19, 11 through 27. The story about the talents, right? This NIV version I'm using here, it said, but the bag of golds, right? So let's look at it, and then we can get these takeaways quickly. Try not to be too long today. So Jesus was telling these people, telling them what the kingdom of God is like, right? And he's using several parables and telling what the kingdom of God is like. And this is one of the parables he used here. He said, again, it is like a man going on a journey who calls his servant and entrusts them his wealth. He entrusts his wealth to them. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and another one bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. So this master gave these servants a lot of money. This was a lot of money he gave to them. When I was reading, doing a deeper dive into it, one of these talents, as they say, is equal to like about 16 years of wages. It's a mina. It's equal to like 80 pounds. So this is a lot of money. In short terms, this is a lot of money entrusted them. This bag of gold, he give 5 bags of gold. Let's say it's worth it's like 80 pounds to say, right? So it's 8 times 5 pounds of gold, like 400 pounds of gold. This one getting the next one. So it's a lot of money he entrusted them with, right? Each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey, right? The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. So also the one who had 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. So the one who had the 5 bags, he go and invest in today's terms, he get 5 more. The one who had 2, he go and invest, he get 2 more. The one who had the 1, he dig a hole and put it in and say, you know what, I ain't want to take no chance to invest this money, because if I could lose if I invest, I want to make sure when the master come, I got his money to give him back. I don't want to take no chance and lose this man money. Right? So after a long time, the master of the servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. So, number one thing there, the master said you was faithful with a few things. I can give you more, right? So don't wait to get a whole lot. You got to start, number one, with what you got, the little that you got. And when you do well with it, he can bless you and multiply it and give you more, right? But we'll get into more talking about that. Then the man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. So the little you got, he can multiply it and keep multiplying it, right? If you use it, right? So let's see what the third guy do now. Then the man who had received the one bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you did not sow and gathering where you did not scatter seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. So in other words, just so the man give it to him, he give it back to him. But let's see the master's response. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvested where I have not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have at least put my money on a deposit with the bankers, so that when I return, I could have receive back interest with it. Imagine, at least you could have put it in the bank, and so I could get a little interest off of it. But you bury it. So, but what always struck me with this story, this man didn't lose his master's money. He gave back to him just like how we get it. So the master can't say, man, you lose my money. But the master called him wicked and lazy. Why he can call him wicked and lazy and this man return his money? You wicked and lazy, right? That's how we describe this man. And this man just hid this thing and gave him back to him, right? Okay, so here what the master say now. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10. Now this man got 10 already. You taking the 1 and giving it to this man who got more, right? For whoever has been given more, they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. And then he said, and throw that worthless servant outside in the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. He's still on this man. He said, throw him outside. He's worthless. Right, guys? So, man, in a nutshell, the deeper meaning of this, what he was saying, and then we can get into it. He's saying, look, what I give you guys, use it to make this world better. I give each of you talents. I give each of you gifts. All y'all got skills and abilities to do things, right? Use it, because when I meet with you again, you got to give me an account of what you did with what I give you. You got to give me an account of what you did with what I give you whenever we meet with him again, whether it's when we gone and we got to be judged or when he come again. He's saying, each one of us, got to give an account of the things he gave us, the skills and ability he gave us, what we did with it, how did we make this world a better place with what he gave us. Deep down meaning, general, that's what the parable is, right? So let's look at some things now, how we could apply this to our everyday lives. Because this theory back in the day, it's not gone. It's a theory he want to set for us to live our lives with, right? And use the parable. And we could apply this to our everyday lives. Let's look at some other things in this parable, what stick out and what the meaning, with some of the meaning, what we can draw from it for everyday life. First thing, Success is not possible without taking risks. So you want to be successful, you got to take some risks. You see the third guy, he didn't want to take no risks. He buried in the ground. I didn't want to lose this. I know my master's a hard man. I didn't want to take the chance and invest this stuff. Is success is not possible without taking risks. You got to take some risks to be successful. You see, them other guys go and invest it. They didn't think about losing. They go invest and they double it. So you got your skills, your abilities, you're sitting on it, you're afraid to do this, you don't want to take no risks. If I fail, if I this, if I that, don't have this. Success is not possible without taking risks. You got to take some risks to be successful. Point number 2 we could take away from this. In everything that we do, we must seek to glorify God. In everything we do. And if we do that and we seeking to glorify God, we can be successful. You see, these other 2 guys here, they were so badly want to make the master happy. Master, entrust me with this stuff. I want to make master happy. I want to give glory to him. That's why when he come back, they were so glad and rushing. Master, 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 you give me 5 and I invested and get 5 more. They was happy to make master happy. And what did master do? Beverly Gomes, good morning, good morning. Master blessed them with more. When you seek to glorify God, he can always bless you with more. Point number 3 from this story, each of us has a God-given talent. Each of us has a God-given talent. He blessed us with something. Because he's not going to come to reconcile with us when he sees us again if he didn't give us nothing. So he give us a talent that we need to use to make this world a better place, right? The next point we can take away from this, God's reward depends on our effort. His reward depends on our effort. He gave us the talent, but we still got to use it. So in the parable, the master rewarded the 2 servants, but punished the last one. He rewarded, but he punished the last one who didn't use it. The same is true for us. We get rewarded for good things we do and punished for the bad action, right? That's why we do good to others. That's why when we do good to other people and use God's given talent to make life better for others, we receive more blessings. So from this story here, we could draw these things, right? Success is not possible without taking risks. In everything we do, we need to seek and glorify him. And just know that each of us has a talent. So when we're looking at the other man talent and this other man doing this and doing, we glorifying him. And we think, God didn't give me nothing. God shortchanged me. No, he gave you a talent. He gave you a talent. You got a talent. But you're just probably afraid to use it and not using it effectively, right? So I can finish up with this story here quick. Now, you might try and you might fail a long time ago and telling yourself, oh, I try and it didn't work out and I ain't going to do it again. And you're making excuses, but you got to give an account for the talent that you have. In the circus, if you see a circus, it's got these big elephants. It's the weirdest thing. They got these big, strong elephants. And just to keep them contained from not running away, those guys in the circus would put a chain around the neck, a little rope around the neck, and stick like these, pegs into the ground and tie the rope on. This is a laughable thing. If the elephant only walk, he'll rip up this stuff. This stuff is no match to keep him there. But what they did when the elephant was young, they put a strong chain around his neck, and the peg was much stronger, right? And the elephant would try to move and he cannot move. He would try, and, he could not move. Right? So in his mind already, he done tell himself, I try already and I fail and this stuff now. So when they grow big and more strong and more powerful now, that they put even a weaker little thing, because mentally he done tell himself, I try already and I can't move this stuff. So this big, strong elephant pretty much got a thread around his neck, tied to a little stick in the ground, and he would not move to save his life, because in his mind, he tell himself, I cannot move. Because when I was younger, I tried to move several times, and I could not move, so I just give up. I'm not going to try again. So I want some people out there to know, don't be like that elephant. You're much bigger, you're stronger, you got more experience now, that when you try this stuff, maybe you try it and you fail, I'm telling you, you're stronger. You don't start ahead of the game because you fail already. You don't know what you did that caused you to fail. So you wouldn't, you aren't going to do that again unless you got some other problems. So you don't start ahead of the game. So if you try, you fail, you take yourself, I fail, I'm not going to try again. Remember the story of the elephant. You're bigger, you're stronger, you are wiser. All right? So let us use our God-given talent that he gave us. Because one day we got to give an account for what we did with what he gave us. We're going to got to give an account. And we do not want to be called what the master called his servant who hid his gold coin. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvested where I would not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed. Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I return, I would have received back with interest. Right? And he still was so mad with him. He said, take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10. He took the little that he had. He took it away from him. I don't even give you a chance to go and invest it now. For whoever has will be given more, they will have an abundance. Who does not have, even what they have will be taken away from them. And throw that worthless servant outside. He's still on this man's case, calling him worthless. Throw that worthless man outside in the dark. There's a deeper reason why he's calling them lazy and worthless. Because that gift, remember, that gift that you have, it's not for you. The gift and the talent that you have is not for you. It's to make this world better. It's to bless someone. It's to bring joy to someone. It's to bring relief to someone. It's to solve a problem for someone. And if you do not use it, he's saying that person who used to solve the problem for still got a problem because you then using your gift. That person who used to bring some laughter is the case of some comedian who you can bring joy and laughter and have him ease his day. He can't get a large laughter because you did not use your gift. That person who you can do the project for and do the great stuff and build the great stuff for them or whatever the case may be, so they could get to some issue they're having and you got a solution and you didn't use it. He's saying that's why you lazy and worthless. Because you want to use what you got to bless the people that you need to bless. Even having a great handwriting, a nice, neat handwriting. The graphic artist people know about this. Tony, you on here, you know about graphic artists. Even having a neat and nice handwriting is a gift. And we can use it to make somebody think better. When people got these posters and when people got all this stuff to do and you could make it look so great, that's a blessing. You could take a scrappy stuff and make it look great and promote somebody's product better. So every little thing is a gift. So when we look into the man and Michael Jackson and all these people with all these big talents and things, you saying, oh, God shortchanged me. No, he didn't shortchange you. We got just like the man. He might get the man who got 10 bags. But you use your one, and he can keep multiplying that. You see the man who had 2, he can end up with 4. And the man said, come, I give you a little, use more. Take more. So that 2 end up being 100. That 1 could end up being 1,000,000. So don't look at the man who have 10. Let us use what he give us. Right? And remember, it's not for you. It's to bless this world. It's to make this world a better place. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it there. Have a happy Wednesday. We'll talk again on Friday. Goodbye.